In every football match, there is a punishment for every offense, and the referee is the one in charge of giving such punishments. In the FIFA World Cup so far, a total of 13 red cards has been given to players, and you know that for every player that commits a foul, they can either get a yellow card, which is like a warning card, or a red card, which is like a banishment card. So when a player gets a yellow card, that means they are being warned not to repeat the action that they have done. But when they receive a red card, it means that they have crossed the limit, like they are being sent out of the field, and there is going to be further match bans, meaning they can miss their next game or even more than one games depending on the severity of the offense. So let's look at some of the players that have received a red card in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So the World Cup started with a thriller game between South Africa and Mexico that saw the referee giving out 3 red cards at a go. Like in one match, receiving 3 red cards for the teams is a huge call, and it sets the tone for the whole World Cup. Sitho was the first to receive the red card, and his red card offense was that he stopped a player that was about to score a goal. So when you stop a player that have a goal scoring opportunity as the last defender, you can get a red card for that. Now the other red card that made the whole world laugh because the player was clearly confused, it gave us this special World Cup meme, is the red card that was given to Zambi, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a South African player, but his offense was that he held a player in such a way that it looked as if he slapped the player. So the player fell down and he was given a straight red card because that was seen as a violent conduct. So you cannot hit your fellow player, when you are playing football. It will be seen as a violent conduct and you'll be given a red card and either a 1-match ban or a 2-match ban depending on how the disciplinary committee sees your offense. The 3rd red card was given to Cesar Montes, the Mexican defender. His offense was that he stopped, a goal scoring opportunity from the South African striker. So that was the first, match of the 2026 World Cup that gave us, a very important set and tone for the whole tournament so far. The 4th on my list is the red card given to the Ecuador and Arsenal player Piero Hincapié. He covered his mouth while he was, talking to a Mexican player. And now you know that in the new FIFA rule, when you cover your mouth, when you're having a confrontation with an opponent and you cover your mouth with your hand or with your clothes, you are going to be sent off with an automatic red card. So he suffered the consequence of this new rule. Not only him, the Paraguay player, also suffered the same thing. Miguel, when he was, when Paraguay was playing against Turkey, he was also given a red card. As you can clearly see, he covered his mouth while talking to the Turkish, player. So he was given a red card. Another game in this 2026 tournament that saw more than 1 red card was the game between Qatar and, Canada. Qatar players were reduced from 11 to 9 players after Homan Ahmed was, given a red card for stopping a goal scoring opportunity from the Canadian number 17. And also in a very heartbreaking, tackle that was made by Assim Madibo against Canada's goal, he was also given a red card. But not just the red card, he was also handed a 5-match ban by FIFA. I don't know if that is fair or not, but why he was given that was because Kone, I don't know how his name is pronounced, suffered an injury from this particular tackle that he made. So we don't know if that was an underlying injury or not, but the tackle he made brought him down, which made the whole thing to become so obvious, and he's going to be out for some months, not just 1 month. You could see the Qatar player was, clearly heartbroken from this incident, and he even went further to visit him in the hospital after he has had his surgery. So, but he has been, given that red card and sent out of the field, and the match ban that followed suit. 2026 World Cup has been a very interesting one from the beginning, visa issues and all of that. Now, when the US was involved in this red card issue, it became something else. Folarin, was given the striker, Folarin Balogun, the US striker, was given a red card for this tackle against this Bosnia player. Now, the red card stood, but then, they are the host country and all of that. The president called FIFA to review the red card, and according to them, they reviewed the red card and he was, made to be able to play. Remember that when you receive a red card, you have at least a 1-match ban. That means you will not play the next game. Your squad will be complete, to play 11, to field 11 players, but you that received that red card will not be able to play. But in this particular turn of event, he was able to play because the president made a call to FIFA and they, reviewed his red card. So, even though he played, they were, kicked out of the tournament because we are still in the knockout stages. You can check my, other videos about how the knockout stages operate to know more. Quansah, the young England defender, received a red card and a 2-match ban for this tackle against Mexico number 23. You can see the tackle, and it's actually, for me, I think is a red card offense, because if you tackle a player, high knee tackle is a red card offense in football. But I don't know if the 2-match ban is fair, but that is how the disciplinary committee have seen his tackle and seen that this is like the appropriate punishment for his tackle. Now let's go to the young player Nathan Ngoy of Belgium. He also received a straight red card, and his offense was that he stopped a goal scoring opportunity. As a defender, when you are the last person on the line and a striker is coming with the ball, you have to be careful how you tackle him, because that is like a clear goal scoring opportunity, and if you bring him down, you can receive a red card for that. So that was his offense. Now, for this Uruguay player, his own offense of Augustin Kanobi is that he, you could see the way he tackled Kubarasi here. That was, part of why he received the red card, and also was engaged in a heated argument with the referee, and you can see his face and the referee and how everything went. He was given a red card. And the red card continued to come as, this Bosnia player, Tariq, the defender, you could see the tackle against this Switzerland player here. He also received a red card. And that was not the only one. We also have, Rebin Sulaka that stopped Sadio Mane's, goal scoring opportunity. He also received a red card. So, I want you to know that when a player receives a red card, they are, removed from the field. They cannot be able to play again. They cannot continue playing. Their team cannot, when maybe a player is injured, or sometimes the coach can make changes and substitute that player with another player. But when someone receives a red card, that player cannot be substituted. Their team will come down to 10. Because football is played by 2 teams made up of 11 players. So the team will now reduce to 10 playing against the other team, which is 11. Now, beyond the, particular match that they received that red card from, it carries additional disciplinary consequences that can impact that particular player. The first disciplinary consequence is that the player will be automatically suspended, meaning they cannot play the next match. That is it. Now, another thing is that we also have extended bans. for serious tackles, and violent conduct that, is deemed serious by the disciplinary committee, the player can receive up to 2 or 5 match ban. As you can see, Quansah received 2 match ban, and Madibo of Qatar received a 5 match ban in this FIFA World Cup. So this thing can also apply to other tournaments. Nations can appeal, if they feel that a red card given to their teammate or their player was given in error. They can appeal. The appeal can either be received, but in a World Cup they rarely receive that appeal, so their appeal can either be received or rejected depending on the nation that apply for an appeal. So in this World Cup, not just in 2026 World Cup, in the whole of World Cup, Brazil is the team with the highest number of red cards. They have the record number of 11 red cards, followed by Argentina, which has 10 red cards, followed by, the third team, Uruguay, 9 red cards. And the quickest red card in a World Cup so far happened in 1986. 56 seconds into a game, that Scotland played against Uruguay. The Uruguay player Jose Batista was sent off. Imagine 1986, like 56 seconds, not even up to 1 minute of play. He was sent off. So football is full of rules. It's not a game where you can just come and do anyhow. You can't just come and do anyhow. You have to be guided by the rules. If not, people will be messing themselves up on the pitch. So I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things. Well, the tournament has not ended, and we don't know if there are more people that will still receive red cards, as you continue, because this is just, we're about to get into the semi-finals, so quarterfinals is still being played as at the time of recording this video, so we don't know if more players will get red cards or not. But anyways, I hope none gets red card, because we have entered the critical stage of this tournament, and I wish the best team to win.